Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you are having an amazing day today. Let's go ahead and make sure you all can hear me. If you would please type in the number 1 in the comment section, the chat box. Let me know that you can. I would greatly appreciate it. Nothing worse than talking to myself for the next half hour or so. Hey, good morning. Say hey. As we get through this morning, keep in mind everything we look at is for educational purposes only, and nothing is meant to be advice or recommendations. And of course, if you like what you see here, make sure you subscribe. Follow us on all the various social platforms. I have people all the time say, Rob, I don't really follow much on social media. Awesome. Open up an account, use it for nothing else, and just follow what we do on Wealth Builders. All right? That works for us. Morning, Kevin. Hey, Trip, good morning. Trip, I saw you late last night and early this morning, right? Evelyn, Erica, Frankie, Chris. Awesome, awesome. Welcome, everyone. Let's go ahead and jump in. Got a lot to get through today. I want to take a look at the futures. Let's see what's happening. First off is the ES. We are down 40 points. Holy mackerel. Europe has just been bad for the market, right? We have just seen this crashing move on the ES bright and early this morning. We're down a little over 200 points on the YM. Seems like a little steeper move on the ES. On the NQ, we're down 220 points. Hold on a second. So we're down 217 on the Dow and 220 on the NASDAQ. Yowza, when does that happen? On the RUT, we're down about 14 points. For economic views, we're not good on some of the guys and gals that we're talking to this morning on CNBC. Bitcoin is down $1,200 to 45,000. There's a major Bitcoin conference, largest in the world, happening this week in Miami. So we'll see what comes out of that. Ethereum down 151 right now. And then we look at gold. Now, gold took a pop, had a pullback, and it's popping back up again, but it's only up about $1 right now. So not a big move at this point. And then crude, the politicians had all the freaking excuses in the world. No, this is Russia. It has nothing to do that we cut everybody off. No, it's the oil companies. It's their fault. It's everybody else's fault except the government who won't let us produce more oil, right? Go figure. So we're up again on oil. We're down right now or up right now to about 103. Pull back a little bit, but we're up $1.20 on crude right now. So interesting. All right. Morning, Derek. Morning, Don. Morning, Jose. Hope you guys having a great day. I'm going to go ahead and spend a little bit of time going over some trade potentials from yesterday. I'm going to ask you guys to drop your trades in from yesterday. What did you do? Funded, not funded, made money, it cost you money, broke even, doesn't matter. This is all about community, building community, and that's what this is. It is sharing with everybody in here, getting feedback from others in here. We did our mastermind group last night. I'm not sure if Jeff is in here yet this morning, but Trip was in there last night. Jeff was in our mastermind last night. And Jeff participates here a lot. You'll see, up $1,500 on Tesla, and it was one of the recent ones and so forth, right? And I asked the group, I asked Jeff and Trip, and what you thought of the community that we're building here. And it was all positive comments, guys, of, we're just the community aspect of what we're doing here is so important. So go ahead, participate, get involved, be part of the community, and drop those in. So I got two candidates from yesterday that we looked at. First Solar was a downgrade from Bank of America. So let me go ahead and bring First Solar up. You would think on economy like this, with what's going on with energy, solar would do awesome, but apparently not, right? So they got to downgrade Bank of America. We said to do a bear call spread above 85. So on the 85s, on First Solar, on the 85, 86 bear call spread, we were able to get 20 cents for that spread. It cost about a nickel to buy it back throughout the, in the afternoon. So picked up 15 cents on it overall, not too shabby. Starbucks was the only other one that we did, right? SBUX. So on Starbucks, they also had a downgrade. I don't know who it was. I didn't write it down. They were a bear call spread above 88. So they opened up and just dropped, right? So we did the 88, 89s. 88, 89s, and we picked up 22 cents on it, bought it back for a nickel. So made 17 cents on that one. So 15 on one, 17 on the other. So overall, not too bad. Let's see what you guys did. Paul said made $1,445 on an SPY put. That is awesome. Trip said made a few bucks on the Micron dive. There you go, Trip. And you called it yesterday, so that was excellent. Evelyn said no trades, had PC problems. Glad it's working again. So guys, listen, work with them, don't work with them, your call, okay? But if you go over to our website and go over to Trading Resources, all right, and under Trading Resources, come down and look for, where are we? Trading Computers, right? These guys right here, go over and talk to Len. Len is his name. Len owns the company, okay? I am sitting, the 6-pack I'm working on right now, I bought this from Len. The desktop with my 2 desktop over here on the right, I bought from Len. The computer we work off of in the office came from Len. The 4-pack in my office that's at my other desk came from Len. They all came from these guys. Amelia's computer's there. We have students all the time that use them. Guys, the reason I promote these guys, we have no relationship with them other than they do a great job. 3 years after my computer broke, they got on the phone with me and fixed a problem. Went on Amazon, found the card. It was a video card that broke. Found the card because they didn't offer it any longer at the company. Found the card I needed, sent me the link and said, order this and call me when you go to install it. We'll help you put it in. I mean, these guys were outstanding. Mention Wealth Builders. They are very particular to our customers, right? So make sure you mention that you found it on Wealth Builders. Again, use them, don't use them, totally up to you. But if you're running into the computer issues, if it happens, they're a great resource for it. John said, no trades for me. Things that were planning never played out. There you go. You do what you got to do there, John. If it's not a good trading day, you don't take the trade. Morning, Karen. Don and Chris, $900 on SPX. Yes, I love the SPX trades you guys are doing. Alan said, Donnie Drawdown had his eyes on my BP after the Fed comments, exited Goldman Sachs and MasterCard early. Okay. Erica said no trades. Robert said, Rob, what % of total spreads do you look to sell on your out of the money spread position? An example, $25 call of $1. So I'm not really sure what you mean by that. If you're looking for what percentage, like, am I trying to get 25% of it? I'm looking on a $1 spread, Robert. If that's what we're asking, I'm looking on a $1 spread in an ideal world to get at least 20 cents, right? And then it goes up from there based on what the spread is, $2.50, $5, and so forth. But on a 20-cent spread for this week, I'm looking for at least 20 cents. Okay. Chris said CF was 30%. Nice job on CF there. Excellent. All right. So let's put that one off on the side and let's take a look at today's candidates. All right. We've got 6 or 7 companies today. I do have a list built out on Omega charts for us. I've got the chart open here. I'm going to pull it up here. And the very first one is Oxy. Occidental Petroleum. They got a coverage initiated on them. Right now, Oxy pre-market is up 97 cents. I like me some of that. So if they're up 97 cents right now, they're at 59.70. So they're above that 58.77. So we'll be looking at a bull put spread below 58 on Oxy. Stock needs to stay above $59. Oh, wait a second. What am I talking about? I'm off. You know what? I inverted the numbers. My dyslexia kicked in. I saw 59.69 instead of 56.69. So we're still down below here, guys. So no, no. We'll be looking at a bull put spread below 54. I don't know how much premium we'll get on a 54 for our puts. I mean, yesterday it was 50 cents. So if we're off by $1, it's 30 cents, right? So 30, and then you got 20. So you're only looking at about 15 cents. Might be a little bit tight, but it is Wednesday already. And Oxy is not a very volatile company. So we'll put spread below 54. PayPal, also in coverage initiated. Now, PayPal is a stock that we have on Power Option Plays, so I like very much. Right now on PayPal, they're down $2.70. Right? They were in a neutral bias. If they're sitting right now at 115, they're in a neutral bias still. So we'll be looking at a bear call spread above the 126 level. Right? Not a whole lot of premium on it. As of yesterday, it was 17 cents for the 126. But we've got to get above this resistance level. We're kind of in the middle. There's nothing we can do for it. I'm going to also look for a long put, right? But that would require a break of the 114 for me to want to do that. So, but because I do trade PayPal regularly, we look at it every week in Power Option Plays, because we use it there, I'm okay with the directional trade on it because I know the stock. We went into this in depth yesterday. If you've got a heartbeat and you know the stock and you're good with what you do with it, then by all means, jump all over that directional trade. If not, stick with the spreads. Right? I don't know a lot of these stocks. I mean, Riven, I haven't really traded much on Riven, so I'm not going to go ahead and do a lot other than, we need a new fib, by the way, other than a credit spread. All right, let's see. Make me current. All right, there we go. So let's see if we need a Fibit. So $9.30. Yep, we need Fibits in there. Even on this, we need it. But we had Fibits of Fibits back here. So we had way too much. So we're going to add the negative 136 and the 118 to our repertoire. So right now, RIVN, they had production numbers were up. A lot of the EVs, production numbers are up big time this year, hitting massive numbers, Tesla hitting numbers, all of them, right? So they're sitting at 43.43 right now. So we're still kind of in the middle. So I'm going to wait on this one, guys. They may have some nice numbers, but we're in a true bearish bias right now. The pop has really not taken me where I want to go. So I'm going to wait. And the wait would be for a pullback to the 8 moving average. Get me near the 8 and fail, which right now is 46.64. So get me near that 46 half level and fail, and there could be an opportunity then a bear call spread above 50. I know it's going against the news, but we're bearish right now. Nothing about this says, ooh, take me bullish. Right? Square, too hip to be square. So Square came out. There was coverage initiated on them. Don't know who they were. I don't know if that's really what's driving them down or not, but they are down $4 right now to 132. So where does that put us? 132 puts us right about there. So we'll look at a bear call spread above 138. So if we look at the 138s yesterday, here, let me pull it over. Yesterday, the 138s were 2 and jingle, right? 281. We've moved $4. So just for kicks and giggles, 1, 2, 3, 4. If all things remain equal and we just shift $4 over, we've got a cost of about $1.50. We could pick up about 25 cents for that spread of that 138, 139. Okay. is what we're looking at. So yesterday it would have been, 35 cents. So not that big of a difference with that shift. That's the nice thing about credit spreads, the way they work. All right. Next is Tilroy. So guys, go ahead and drop in the candidate you want me to take a look at. We're at that point of the show right now. So let's see. Let me go back and hit some of these. So Robert said, will you enlighten us again on why we use the 65 to 85 delta rather than a 40 to 60 on our long trades? What's the difference? It's all about bell curve, Robert. Every bit of it is about the bell curve. It's all about, let me go ahead and start that so I can get my drawing tools. It's all about the way or the where you're buying, Robert. So here's our bell curve right here, right, for an option. And that 65 to 85 delta is inside of this range right here. That's 65 to 85. That's our sweet spot, right? That's where my probability is the highest. Remember that if you have a 40 delta, you've got a 40% chance of having cash value on expiration day. 65 puts the odds higher in your favor. And that 40, if you are going to look at that 40 level, that 40 delta, I would be very cautious at that 50 because that 50 delta gives you the highest time value you can pay on an option. I'd go with 40 before I would ever go with 50. And I'm not saying you can't use 40. If you are a newer trader, you should not be trading, in my opinion, you should not be trading out of the money options. It's always best to me with the in the money. Yeah, great point. Tripp said, don't forget about the Fed minutes today at 2 p.m. Yep, and they're talking half point increase. Everyone coming up now. The numbers have gotten very high on percentages that we're going to see half point for this year. And they expect by mid to end year, stocks are going to be down 20% from where they are now. So, good, Robert. Glad. Okay. So let's go ahead and get back to our next one, which is Tilroy. Tilroy had a profit. Yes, they actually did. They made money. Tilroy right now is up 57 cents. Guys, there's a lot of stuff happening around this. They're at $7.64. There's a lot happening around the marijuana stocks, right? Cannabis stocks. Between the federal government, so much of the approvals that are taking place statewide, and so forth, right? So, you know what? Let me do this. Let me get rid of some of these other lines here. And let me go back and draw that again because it would have been more work to clear them out with it there than not. So, okay. So right now we're at 765. So we're inside of here. Guys, I'm going to look at a naked put on Tilroy. I'm putting a couple of stars next to it. I like Tilroy. Always have. I've traded this probably 100 plus times. Traded Tilroy in the whole process, right? Woo! The whole darn thing. I can't believe I ate the whole thing. So let me see, 5.15 to 7.15, $2. Yep, I need Fibbits in there, so let's go apply some Fibbits. We're going to get away with just the traditional negative 136 and the 118. On this, okay. So 723, we're good here. We're right now at 769. So I'm going to be looking at a delta. In an ideal world, I want a delta of about 20. I'd have to see what it is when the market opens, but it was 6.5. It might wind up being 7. I don't know. But again, so Robert, you had asked that question on that put. I love getting on these lower price stocks. If I could pick 20 cents up, I'm all over it. And guys, remember, if they make me buy this stock at 7, right? Let's use the at the money option right now, which is 7.5. We'll go one more, the 8. I could sell my $8 strike right now for 24 cents. So, I mean, we're talking about really, that's $1 a month, guys, to rent this stock out for. So on an $8 stock, all right? So I'm okay with if they make me do it. So delta of 20-ish. And right now we're probably looking at the 7 is what I think it's going to be, all right? Twitter is next. Kevin said, how do you trade naked puts? Kevin, fairly simple to do, right? So if I was going to go over here and let's say it was right now based on the delta, let's say it is the 6.5, right? Put my mouse over the bid and it gives me sell, right? So if I click on that 20 cents, it's going to, let me full screen this. It's going to open it up as a sell position, right? Sell to open. We're opening a new transaction. -1. It's a negative on TradeStation because we're selling. We're not buying. If I bought it, it would be a plus, right? Tilroy, the 8th of April, $6.50 put. And then I would look at the pricing on it. The bid ask is 20 by 22. I would go with the mid price of 21 is what I would do. And I would click place order. That's it. Now you have a risk, right? The stock you could be forced to buy the stock at $6.50 a share, but it's trading at $7.70 right now. So, oh darn, if you make me buy it at $1 plus less than it's at right now, right? But that's a personal preference. I sell puts on stocks I don't mind owning, right? Because if I'm forced to do this, I'm going to sell a covered call. That's okay, right? All right, Twitter. Musk is on the board. They were telling the truth, I guess, about they being passive shares, the 9% he bought. Hogwash. You knew he wasn't letting that go. He's already on that board, modified the shares. He's already on the board, and they're already talking about an edit button, which is one of his big things that he wanted to see, right? So we'll see where it all goes, but it's down on that news, and I'm not surprised with just the move period that we're down as much as we are. Oh, I messed that up. So let me do that again. Put Tilroy back in there. So we're down $1.50 to 49.48. So we're down under here. So we could look at a bear call spread above 52. Above 52. All right. And last is Upstart, UPST. If someone reminds me tomorrow, I'll show you how to enter the credit spread in on TradeStation. But you got to remind me early tomorrow. All right. Upstart was initiated coverage. I think somebody asked that question. What was it? Was it Paul that had asked it? What does coverage initiated mean? They weren't looking at the company before, Paul. So Morgan Stanley was, or did we have anybody with a name on it today? No. So let's say this is a Morgan Stanley. It's not, but pretend it was. Morgan Stanley has just started to cover this stock, meaning they've got people that are working on looking at this, trying to determine, is it a buy? Is it a sell? Is it a hold? What is it? So they just started to focus on that. Which is what Upstart is. So Upstart right now, it hasn't helped much. It's down $3. They're at 101, basically. So if we're going to get anything out of this, it would be a bear call spread above 108 on Upstart. All right. So let's see what you guys got in here. Kevin was the first one to drop in. Big airplane. So let's do that. Let's go type in Boeing over here. All right, so Boeing is down $2 right now. They're down at 180.5. So Kevin, I mean, it's in a bearish bias, true bear. So if you can get the retest of the 182.30, you've got room down to 173. So I do like it a lot. Amazing Amazon. All right, so let's go ahead and add that here, AMZN. All right. So Amazon pre-market is down $46. It's down to $32.35, 75. So we could be looking at on Amazon a retest of the 32.75 and a fail. You could look at a credit spread above that 32.75. Earnings are just about at the point of swing trades become out of the question. Once we get past to the left side of that blue line, we don't want to take a swing trade until the earnings are gone. Day trade's fine, not swing trades. So Erica's saying long put on Baidu. All right. Let's put Baidu in, or Baidu. We're down $3 on Baidu, 141. Again, NASDAQ's getting crushed, right? So 141. So you're in a very precarious place there, Erica, right? 153 is resistance, 136 is support. Oops, let me go look and see if we need Fibbits. Instead of waiting there. So we've got a Wilders at 11, so that gives us almost 22. It's almost $22, 35, 45, 55. No, we don't need a Fibbit in there. So you're right in the middle. Erica, you're at 141. So we're actually below the 145, which is good, the moving averages. So look at pivot points, but 136 would be your target to the downside. Alan said Goldman Sachs with a retest. So let's get Goldman up here. And we could check the retest then, Goldman Sachs. With the retest of the 326.23. So Alan's looking at the fibs, of course. Earnings coming up on the 14th confirmed, right? Alan, I love the setup. Absolutely love it, right? It's on my list for today. We've got a fibit of 16, and we've got $12 in there, so we don't need another fibit in there. So yes, Alan, I like it a lot if we can get that retest. It's in the right place. It's a B trade because we don't have the 8 moving average there. There meaning at the fib line, but I like it a lot. Whole lot. Alan said Home Depot long put. Okay, let's put Home Depot in first. Another candidate from Power Option Plays. They're down almost $4 right now. They're at 301 even. So Alan, where are we? We're in the blue zone right now, right? Or right there. So Alan's saying long put break of the 297.73. Yes. Exactly, Alan. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Break that level, and that's what I'm looking for the entry. Break, retest, fail. Yep, I'm all about it. Perfect. Good setup, Alan. I like it a lot. John is asking for SPY. So I've already got that one locked and loaded up here. All right. So SPY, John's saying at the 446.98 fib confluence with the 21 EMA, could be long or short off of it. ES futures at the same fib area. Okay, so we're looking at the 446.98. So down here. Yeah, so if right now we're at 447. So we've dropped off the 53. We're at 447 now. So the bounce, you have the clear path, John, to that 453. You do. It's all a matter of what the futures and or the SPX does, right, for bullish or bearish. If you wait for the bearish entry, you break that 447. I want to retest and a fail to take it. That's me, right? I like it better that way. But you are spot on there, John, with what you're looking at. Yeah, Alan said exit the trade before 2 p.m. minutes release. Yes, I would, or I would have a very tight stop on the trade, Alan, one way or another. John said, what strike would you sell on Tilroy? So let me go back and look at it, John. So I'm looking at a 20 delta. The problem is I don't know what that is right now because they're up 84 cents. If this were yesterday, I'd be selling the 6.5. My guess is today we're going to be selling the 7s. Right? Once the market opens, I think we're going to be selling 7. All right. Oh, God. Okay. Never mind. You're welcome, Kevin. Tripp said Home Depot run to 300, closed at 304.86. So closed at 304.86. Home Depot right now is at 301. Yeah, so Tripp, we're there now, right? We're absolutely there right now at 301. Again, we've got that blue zone 300, 301, 297, so 298. So we'll look for that break. It would be ideal. Oh, there you go. Didn't see that. Never mind on Home Depot. Debbie said, did you say if you are forced to buy it, you'll do a covered call on Tilroy? Yes, Debbie. I will not be doing naked puts if I'm not willing to buy the stock, because it's not if. It's not if you get put the stop. Sooner or later, you're getting exercised. It's going to happen, right? Even if the stock is out of the money. Someone may not be in a position to come up with cash to buy a stock, and they may exercise an option which may force you to buy it at a better price than the market's trading at right now, which you in turn could just sell it, but you may be forced to buy it. So don't trade something that if you're not willing to buy it on a naked put. And then I like Tilroy. I think Tilroy, I've actually been contemplating adding it to my portfolio as one of the very few longer term holdings that I have, as adding that in there, because you can write covered calls every flipping week on it and pick up 15, 20, 25 cents. And here we are for 3 days where you're looking at 25 cents, right? All right, Paul, you're welcome. Kevin, you're welcome. Robert saying, what is your strategy for covering an out-of-the-money credit spread? Do you scale out or cover all near the end of the day, or do you have a profit goal? Robert, my goal is to get out of the trade that same day. If we're a newsy type trade, the news is out, because the expression is buy on rumor, buy on news, sell on fact, right? So the news is out. The earnings are bad. The downgrade is out. It's already there, right? So that news is moving it today. What compelling reason is there to continue moving it tomorrow? So I ideally want to get out of all my news trades today. So my credit spreads, I'm going to exit near the end of the day, or I'll do things such as, I've got different exit rules, but I may see the stock has made a nice run in my direction. I sold the options and took in a 25-cent credit. And now I see that we've broken my moving averages and we've closed below the moving average. We closed another candle below the moving average. I pull the trigger. Maybe the 25 cents I got, I'm going to give back 15 cents, right? If that's the case. But my goal is to really try to buy it back where I can get it back for a nickel or less, where I close the entire trade. I just exit the entire spread, call it a day, end my obligation, and just walk away. All right. But how these positions gap, folks. Sean, can you drop the gap links in there, please? How the positions, how stocks gap is so important. And it's very key, critical to what we do here. I've got a gaps training tomorrow at noon and Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, both of them Eastern. They're free trainings, guys, where we're going to actually walk through. And I'll tell you right now, I get to one point in the training when I ask you if you feel like you're drinking from a fire hose. It's a slide that's in the set. It's a great slide, actually, right? But it is a slide that is in the set there, the presentation, because at that point, I have thrown so much at you about gaps and trading them. You don't want to miss out on it. So make sure you take advantage of the links that Sean's dropped in there, right? You will not be disappointed with that. All right. And here we are, 9 a.m. and we're wrapping it up. So with that, make it a profitable day. Stay focused on the quest to becoming a great trader. Keep crushing it. And remember, you're just one trade away. Folks, grab that link and I will see all of you at our next update tomorrow morning. Take care, folks. See you then. Bye for now.